Hey fellow plant people! Today I'm going to be talking about my plant haul that I got from a plant trading event that happened today in Austin. It was hosted by the Central Texas Plant People, and I got a lot of cool plants that I've never had before, and I traded some of my cuttings from I have and some seeds and some pots. So I'm just going to go through the various plants that I got today and replant them and see what kind of condition they are in. So let's get started. Ooh. So I have my pre-mixed soil right here. I'll put a link and show you the mix I've been using, and I have some gloves as well because I don't want to be smelling like fertilizer for days and days. So I have that ready, and I'm just going to bring out my plants now. So the first one I got was this Hoya Pubica. I've never grown a Hoya before, but I know that they have very beautiful flowers, and she convinced me to trade, so I did. I can't remember exactly what I traded to get it, but it looks healthy, has some kind of a woody stem, and has some new growth right here. So it looks like it's in decent soil, but I'm just gonna put it in one of the ceramic pots that I make. So it has some roots, not too bad. I'll just tamp it down a little bit so that the stem stays centered and doesn't fall to the side, but should be good to go. I'll just kind of monitor it and see how it kind of grows, but I don't know a lot about this. I'm just going to give it bright and direct light and water every couple weeks, just when it's dry, and I'll probably look up more information about this. So that's the first one. It's Hoya Pubica. Again, I don't know the name very well, but there you go. So this is another one that I'm really excited about. It came with like a little plant description tag, and it says mini arrowhead Cinco Neum. So it's basically a tiny little Cinco Neum with tiny little leaves. It's really cute. It says water medium, keep soil moist, let drain well. Sunlight is indirect bright, and placement is humid, and notes say let dry between waterings. So I can do that. That's pretty easy. So let's take it out of this styrofoam cup, see what type of roots we have, and I think it should be fine in this pot right here. So I'm not going to put like a top dressing or anything just because I don't know exactly how much moisture it needs. So I'm just going to keep it bare at the top and just observe it. If it needs more water, I may consider putting like a top dressing of gravel or maybe a little bit of mulch or something. But other than that, I think it'll be fine. Don't need this. So here is, I believe this is a silver pothos. It's pretty cute, has really pretty leaves. And I definitely want to get it out of this pot or this cup with no hole right there. So we'll get this into some soil and see the state of the roots here. I'm putting this in another one of my pots. So basically I just use my own pots whenever I make like an experiment or something that didn't come out quite right and that I don't necessarily want to sell to the public, but I still like them and they're still usable. This one I use some palladium glaze on the bottom, and then there's just a seafoam on top. I just like it myself actually, so I'm going to keep this one and put this in here because I think it'll really highlight some of the green hue to the silver pothos. So it has a few roots, not bad actually. So that was easy enough, really cute. I think it'll start growing. There was quite a few people trying to trade different like Cinco Neums, and I didn't have any Cinco Neums, so definitely took this as an opportunity to add some Cinco Neums to my collection, see how they fare in my care, and yeah, they're really beautiful though. This one is Cinco Neum Maria. It has kind of a red tinge to the leaves. I think it'll be a good sized plant, so I'm gonna put it in this larger pot right here. And she also gave me like a little baby Haworthia, so I'll get that planted at some point. This pot might be a little bit big, but I'm gonna take my chances because I'm running out of pots. But there are quite a few roots down here, so I think it'll be fine. So what I'm also doing is I'm keeping the original soil, or some of the original soil, and mixing it with my own soil so that it's not as big of a shock to the plant. I'm hoping that it'll kind of transfer over some of the microorganisms that exist in that original soil, or the fungi that also exist in there, and give it a little bit of what it's used to. So I'll probably give all these plants a good drink after I plant them all. I think some of them were getting a little bit of, toasted in the hot heat. So hopefully they'll bounce back fine. Next one up is a Philodendron Brazil. This one's really beautiful. Has that nice variegation on these leaves over here. The grower told me that this side will also start developing that variegation. So I'm excited for this one. I've never had it before, and I know that it's a really easy plant to grow. So it should be fine here, I think. Decent roots. It kind of looks like it was in more of a sandy mixture before. It looks like maybe there was a little bit of root or stem rot, but I think it recovered. So I'm just going to take my chances with it. And there you go. I think it'll make a really nice kind of trailing plant. So here, I don't have a tag for this one. I think this might also be a silver pothos. Maybe. I could totally be wrong, so please chime in if I am. So this is definitely one of the more trailing versions of that plant, if it's in fact that plant. But yeah, I think it'll be quite nice, and if I wanted, I can make a ton of cuttings from this too. So yeah, let's get this planted. This is really stuck in here. Ooh, it does not want to come out. This is really rooted in here. Oh wow, okay. That's why it was really rooted in there. Look at these roots. Those are really healthy roots. I think it's gonna really enjoy this upgrade to this pot. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna kind of break them up a tiny bit, just so they don't start spiraling, the roots. I believe I traded an adenium for this one. So, one of the adeniums that I grow from seed. I'm amazed this all fit in here. This is crazy. Okay, so I got another Cinco Neum. I'm also excited about this one. This is more of a typical green variety. It doesn't have a tag or anything, so I'm gonna have to do a little research, but just looks like a kind of typical Cinco Neum, but I'm really excited for it. And it's a little floppy. I think that might be from all the heat again. Decent roots, smaller. It's definitely smaller than the pothos. I want to make sure it's pretty anchored in there because it is flopping quite all over the place. I'm hoping that it kind of perks up. We'll see. I also got this really amazing cactus. I'm not exactly sure what species or even the genus is, but obviously it's flowering over here and right here, so that's kind of exciting. So I know it flowers, I know what color it is. It looks like it kind of wants to sprawl out, so the previous grower kind of tied it all together right here. Looks like a great specimen though, and I'm excited to have it. Very beautiful, and this will probably live outside. I know this will live outside for most of the year. With the exception of maybe, December or January, where it will probably live in my shed. But I'm excited about this one. I think I got a little soil in my coffee. Okay, so the other two, these were just like some freebies that I got from someone. I think that they were just trying to get rid of them. Those are just freebies. And then I got some other cuttings here. This right here I'm really excited about is a Philodendron peditome. So I got it here with the node, and I'm going to be doing water propagation on it. So hopefully it'll start producing roots relatively quickly, and I can get it into soil once it does that. So this will remain here. The next cuttings here are these two. It's losing leaves, but I think it'll bounce back. This is a Tratus scantia zebrina. So yeah, I'll get these in soil relatively soon, but right now they're just gonna be doing water propagation. As if I don't need more like Monstera adansonias, here are 2 more cuttings. So I'm excited about these ones too. This looks like more of a long variety of the Monstera adansonia, so I don't necessarily have this one. So we'll get that propagating as well, and I'll get those in soil eventually. I don't know how, I almost forgot, but I also got this really amazing Cranberry Hibiscus, and it kind of looks like a Japanese maple, but yeah, it's actually a hibiscus plant, so that will go somewhere in the yard, so I'm kind of excited about that. I know that you can also use this to make tea, so if you've ever done that before, please chime in and tell me what the process is to do that, but I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, we'll get this one in the garden. So I got most of them planted in their new homes. The ones that need to be water propagated still are in their little area. But it was a fun event. It was super hot, but I loved it. Had a lot of fun, traded some really cool stuff for some other really cool stuff. So you can't really go wrong with that. So I know it was a shorter video, but I did want to show you what I got from the plant swap. It was like Christmas to me, and I definitely wanted to be here with you unwrapping all the new stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.